Hello, hello, everyone. Glad to see you tonight. How is everybody? Everybody don't know me, I'm Norma. Welcome. If you're new, welcome. If you've been here before, just say hi to us. Let us know you're here. We appreciate everybody coming. Tonight's going to be fun. I got some good questions for Echo, and she's coming up as we speak. Hello, Echo. Hello.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm okay. I'm kind of scared because you didn't let me see these questions ahead of time. Should I be worried?
It's gotta be YouTube approved. You can't do that.
Should I be worried?
Nah, they're
I
easy
don't know.
ones.
Allison said, did you hear her? She said the questions have to be YouTube approved,
Oh,
so
okay.
they shouldn't
are.
be. They shouldn't
Yeah,
be too bad
they
at
can't be
questions.
too awful.
How's your trip going?
Great.
That's
We
great.
are having the best time. We went to Greenville yesterday, which is a big city, probably as big as Atlanta, if not bigger. Shopping, and we went all over the place, and we had the best time. Today it rained, so we all just pretty well hung out because it was hot and rainy.
Oh,
You
God,
know,
it's been hot here, too. It's
yeah.
miserable here.
Tomorrow we're supposed
Miserable.
to be going to a family reunion, so we'll be meeting some of Miss Trisha's uh, cousins and I guess aunts and cousins. So that'll be real fun.
Yep.
But yeah,
Alrighty, I'm going to start off the thing if I can get back to them.
okay.
You know how I am. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
It kept going, didn't it?
Yeah, you did good.
Well, thank you. I'm learning.
Yes, and
Trying anyway.
I'm
Trying anyway.
impressed.
Yes. Okay. I have 20 questions.
Oh my gosh.
I'm going to keep you busy, woman. Eli and Natalie come up with some of these, so.
Okay.
Okay. First of all, Natalie's got to show you her nails.
Oh, good.
Okay.
Good.
Come on, Natalie. That way she can get ready for this.
Woo!
Got to put them up a little bit closer.
Yeah,
so
let me see. Wow.
She had to
Yeah.
get cow print and the longest one she could find.
That's
Well,
cool.
we'll see how long they stay on.
Yeah,
I
you
mean, I
won't be
had
able
to take
to.
them off to get in the pool, so.
Yeah, I made her
Yeah.
take them off to get in the pool because I didn't want the pool busted.
Yeah, you're probably gonna find out you can't do a whole lot of nothing with them on.
Yeah. We went to the store after she put them on. And I said, okay, get gallons of milk. And she looked at me real funny. And I said, come on. Let's see what you can do in them claws.
Where's my other piece of gum?
Please go sit down now. Go sit down.
Just have the piece.
Natalie, what'd I tell you? Who's been behind the TV?
What?
Why has it moved? Okay, go sit down. Please. I'm not being aggravated by you tonight. I'll send you up to Papa. I'll make her go upstairs. Okay. First question. I'm just going to randomly pick one. How long have you lived where you have lived?
How
The
long have
state
I
you live in.
lived in the state that I live in?
Yes.
Oh, gosh, since 1986, 96, 2006, 2016, 30 years. Let's see, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22. 36 years.
Wow, that's a long time. Where'd you live before?
I lived in Indiana,
Oh,
in
in
the
Indiana.
northwest corner of Indiana, right by the tip of Lake Michigan, in a little tiny town called South Haven, Indiana.
I've heard of South Haven. I got a friend that lives in oh well, Lord, it just slipped my mind. Where does she live in Indiana? I'll think of it in a minute. I told you my brain's mush anymore. It's like that's why I had to write everything down. Okay, how did we meet?
We met on YouTube in a chat room or in a another creator's chat.
Chat. Okay. Number 2, why did you decide? Well, hold on here a minute. I'm slow. Why did you decide to help me start this YouTube channel?
Because I liked you and I thought it would be fun. And I was ready to learn something new. And I knew we would have to learn a lot to be able to do it. And that was interesting to me to try to learn something new at my old age. So, yeah, it was basically just because I wanted to help you out because you were so wanting to do it. And I was like, well, I'll try to help you, but I don't know anything either.
Okay, why do you think it was a good idea that we started a channel for women?
Oh, because that's what we saw on YouTube. What we thought was missing was a place where women could actually support each other and be happy for each other when something good happened and be there to support them and be that shoulder to cry on if they did one. Because all we saw really were women fighting with each other and women, just trying to tear each other down. And we've lived good, long lives, and we've dealt with a lot of different situations. And I just felt like we would have a lot to offer, a lot to share with other women. That, even though the situation looks dark and it's pretty negative, it doesn't always turn out to be that way. So.
Hi, Patricia. Glad you're here.
That's Nana Trish.
She's 61 years in South Carolina. The first year, 30 years in upstate South Carolina. Then Charleston, and recently back to upstate. Wow, that's a long time.
Yep.
Okay. How many children do you have?
I have one amazing daughter, Allison.
And how many grandkids do you have?
I have one amazing granddaughter, Anais Marie. She turned 11 months old up here on our trip.
Oh, wow. She's
Her
getting old
birthday-
fast.
Her birthday is August the 6th. So
Oh, wow.
a little less than a month, she'll be a year old.
Gosh,
She won't be my baby anymore.
She's already walking and then everything, ain't she?
Yes, and now she's talking, Miss Norma. She knows about 4 or 5 words that she can say, and she knows a lot of words, what they mean.
He's not gonna be there in the morning. He's just feeling real bad, and he's gonna. Yeah, he said he'll try to be out for it by Saturday.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let's see. How many brothers and sisters do you have?
I have one sister that's 2 years older than me, and I have one brother who is 6 years younger than me. I had a couple other brothers and sisters, but they passed away when they were babies.
Okay, I'm not sure to tell him that.
This is from Eli and Natalie. They want to know what season you like the best.
What season the best? No, not seafood. Season. Like summer, spring. Yeah. I really like fall.
Oh,
I like fall.
and they want to know why.
I don't have a really good answer as to why. I guess it's just
It's
yeah, it's
cooler,
not so hot. Yeah, because
hot,
it
and
gets
it's
so
not
hot
too
here.
cold.
And Christmas is right around the corner, and then my birthday. So,
Okay.
guess as a
What
kid, that's
is
why I liked it.
what is your favorite color? These are from Eli and Natalie now.
Okay, purple.
Purple.
Any shade of purple.
Okay. So, okay, I'm writing wrong answers now. Okay, what is your favorite food?
Cake. Any kind of cake.
Cake. Okay. I can't read my own
I love
handwriting.
seafood. So probably if it has to be like food, I would say seafood. But
Seafood.
I love cake, dessert.
I'm making a cherry cheesecake for this weekend.
Ooh, yum, yum, yum. Cherry is one of my favorites.
Our church is having a picnic, so I'm making. But I volunteered to make potato salad and cherry cheesecake.
Oh, yummy, yummy.
So okay. What's your favorite restaurant?
Probably Red Lobster
Red Lobster, because they got seafood.
because seafood, yeah.
Okay. What is your favorite holiday and why?
I would say Christmas because I really like to give more than receive. And I like to try to help families out if I can. I've done that for several years with a friend of mine. We would get gifts together for the children and we'd get all the food so we could give them a Christmas dinner. I probably won't be able to do that this year, but especially when I was working at Walmart, because you could get a lot of toys on markdown. And we would all year long, we would buy toys up. And then at the end of the year, we get in contact with one of the elementary schools and find kids who were in need. And then we would, take them presents and take food. And we always took treats and candy and stuff that, kids probably don't get that much when they're having a hard time. So we always tried to make it, special for them like that. But even if I don't have that to do, I mean, I like to take stuff to the nursing homes, some of, elder people that don't have anybody that might be coming to see them. So I really like Christmas because I like to give.
Yeah. Well, that's good, Gracie. That was very nice of y'all. Okay. We asked you that one. What do you like best about yourself?
What do I like best about myself?
Yep.
Wow, that's a heavy question. I guess I'll say my heart. I have a good heart. I try to help people, and I don't like to see people struggling. And yeah, I would say my heart.
That's a good choice. You do got a very good heart. Okay. How many animals do you have?
Currently, I only have one dog named Chloe. But over the years, I've had cats and dogs. And when Allison was younger, we had hamsters and a guinea pig at one time. We had fish. We had a turtle. That's it. I never really had any like cows or horses or nothing like that. But just about any kind of little animal you can keep in your house, we've had over the years.
You sound like me.
Yeah.
I lost a lot of hamsters in my house from my kids.
Well,
They'd
what?
leave the thing open and the next morning they'd be gone. And then they'd be crying like, Where is it?
We-
It'd be
we-
down in the furnace.
We had both gerbils and hamsters. And one of them, a teddy bear hamster that we had, we got her and we didn't know she was going to have babies. And like 2 days later, she had babies.
Oh, wow.
And so that was freaking, you have to take the babies away from the mamas or they'll eat them.
Yeah.
Trigger warning. Sorry, people.
Yeah, we had
Yeah.
one
So
that ate its
Yeah.
partner when
But
she was pregnant. Had to
my
get rid of her 'cause-
husband put one of those ultrasonic pest control type things that you plug into the outlet. You plug it into the wall and it sends
yeah.
out the sound waves or whatever. Well, her hamsters kept dying. And we didn't know what we were doing wrong till one day we realized, oh, that might be what it is. And I forgot she had a bunny. She had 2 bunnies. The first bunny, she won at a carnival, a cute little black bunny. And I didn't know anything about taking care of a bunny. So I read up on it and it said you could give them the tops off of strawberries. Well, I gave it some, but I gave it too much strawberry with it. And that's okay for adult rabbits, but baby rabbits can't handle all that sugar. And so it passed away.
Oh,
So then,
I wouldn't have knew that neither.
yeah. And that was after I had already bought the whole cage and all the stuff to take care of it and all that. So then I said, well, let me, buy her another rabbit. So then I had to pay $40 to get another rabbit. So here I spent probably close to $200 for a free rabbit. But she had
What
that
we do for
rabbit.
our kids.
Yeah, she had that second rabbit for, I don't even know, 5, 6, 7 years, something like that. So he was a good rabbit, I guess.
Okay. Which of all of them was your favorite?
I think of all the animals I've ever had, I think Chloe is my favorite, only because I've had her just one-on-one and I'm bonded very closely with her. And she keeps up with me, how I'm feeling. And if I'm having a bad day or I'm not, physically feeling well, she will stay close by me and kind of comfort me. So probably Chloe. I've had a lot of good animals, though, over the years. I had a really good German Shepherd for 7 years.
What do you like to do in your spare time?
Make up trivia stuff for the trivia night. Play with my granddaughter. I love to go yard selling into Goodwill and thrift stores, looking for that bargain. I would love to be able to crochet or embroider or something like that, but I'm getting arthritis in my hands, which make that pretty much impossible. I do like to do jigsaw puzzles. And I love to watch the Atlanta Braves. And they are playing tonight.
Had to put it in there, didn't it?
4-0-0.
Who are they playing? Cardinals. Yeah, I love my Braves. They're in
Do
second.
you have
place.
any hobbies? Do you have any hobbies?
I like to. I'm trying to learn how to cook, so that's a hobby. Trying to learn new recipes and how to make things that, like biscuits from scratch, and I want to learn how to fry chicken, that kind of stuff. That's
Good.
really. I don't have a lot of hobbies. I don't. Yeah.
Okay. The kids want to know what's your favorite drink.
I forgot one more hobby. My plants.
Oh,
That's a hobby.
yeah.
Yeah, I like to grow things. I like to see things grow. And now my favorite drink, like,
What do you like to drink the most?
well, I have to drink water the most, but I don't like water the most. I like a good cold Pepsi. And if I ever, in a blue moon, have an alcoholic beverage, it's pina colada, a frozen pina colada.
Them are good.
They have them at Red Lobster. So when I go to Red
Do they?
Lobster, sometimes I have a pina colada.
I don't drink no more, but I used to, and I love pina coladas. I haven't
I'm
drunk
not
in years.
I'm not supposed to drink because of some of the medication that I'm on. Um, but I figure, once in a blue moon won't hurt you.
Hey, you can make virgin pina coladas. You
Yeah,
just don't put the alcohol in it.
just don't put the rum in them. Yep.
Yep. Okay. Do you have a Facebook, Instagram, or a TikTok?
I have a Facebook and I have a TikTok. And my TikTok is just to promote this channel. I'm talking to a lot of crazy people on TikTok. Those of you who I've become friends with, you're not considered the crazy people. It's the other people. But a lot of people on TikTok are scammers. They trying to get you into some kind of deal, some kind of something.
You send them money. Yeah.
Yeah, send them money and no.
They're like that on Instagram too. So, okay. And your last question: how did you get started watching YouTube?
Oh, that's a good question. I'm cheap. I didn't want to pay for cable, so I had Hulu and Netflix. And one day somebody said something about, oh, you could watch that old rerun show you're looking for. You could watch it on YouTube. I didn't know anything about YouTube. So I had tuned into YouTube and started finding different things to watch. And when I got involved with the plants, I would go on and watch a lot of the plant channels. And then when the Gabby Petito case hit, it seemed like it was on all over YouTube. And I started watching some of the coverage on it. And that we in the true crime community, and then I went from there. But I love YouTube. I think YouTube's wonderful. All we ever hear about are people fighting and people mad at each other, and you did this and you copied me and you said that. I don't have time for all that mess.
No, I don't either.
That's why I said we make a good team, because we're never gonna be like, oh, you did this and I didn't want you to, and I want you to do that. We're like, hey, you do you, I'll do me.
Do me, and, yeah.
I mean, sometimes we discuss what we want to do or whatever for the channel, but I mean, we're both just learning. So I mean, it's like whatever we want to experiment with, we try. So it's good, and I don't care what people say about me. So they want to say, oh, she's fat. She talks too much. She's ugly. Who cares?
Who cares? Yeah, it's like a big deal. You don't have to. You can turn it to somebody else and watch them.
Yeah, I can give you a few names of some people you might want to watch.
It's like drama.
Yeah,
there's quite a few drama channels on there. Yeah, there's quite a few drama channels on there. I'll tell you. My favorite's watching crafts. I love to watch people make different crafts, or I like Dollar Tree hauls to see what's coming to our Dollar Tree.
Yeah. Well, I like watching the cooking. There's a couple of people I watch their cooking programs.
You watch Brenda, don't you?
I watch Brenda Gant.
Yeah.
I also started following a lady on Facebook, Becky Lou or something, that Miss Trish turned me on to, and she does Eat Simple Food is the name of her Facebook page. Eat Simple Food. And she does the video, but she, like, if she's just chopping up vegetables, she puts it on fast forward. So you don't have to sit there and watch her do all this chopping. But it makes her look like she's a really good chef.
I'll tell you another good one to watch is type in church recipes.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll get all kinds of women that does older recipes.
Yeah.
And oh God, some of that stuff they make looks so good, and it's like, oh, should I not? It's like, but it looks so good. I watched one little girl. She does a lot of them, and then I like to watch. She's in her apron. She does like hauls for Sam's and all that stuff. And then she does freezer meals,
Yeah.
and I like to watch her. She's got her own planner that she goes by, how she plans stuff, and she's got it's a list that you can tell, like you should have 6 months supply of food in case something goes wrong, and it tells you how to do that. And then I watched the Fly Lady. I haven't started her stuff yet, but she's supposed to be real good. The Fly Lady. She teaches you how to organize, how to cook. She teaches about everything. She's an older lady. She's supposed to be real good. But there's some good ones out there to watch. You just have to search for what you're interested in,
and there's
find what you like, what you don't.
a lot of children's programming on YouTube as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
A lot of people have different programs, that they put on there, and some of them you do have to pay for, but there's
Yeah.
also free versions of it, just about
Yeah.
everything. But I mean, I've lived for 7 years without satellite or cable, and I basically can find anything I want to watch either on YouTube, Netflix, or Hulu.
Yeah.
Other than the Braves, can't watch the Braves. I get the recap though on YouTube on the highlights.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Oh God, this house would go crazy if we didn't have cable. They would be in that house. I'd be in the nut house.
Well, I think when you have kids, that's a little different story.
Yeah.
But with just me watching it,
But then
And I
they
don't
got
like cable
Disney, they got Netflix, they got Hulu, they got Paramount, they got about every channel you can get, which I tell them some of them's going because they don't even watch them no more. And it's like, why am I paying for them if you ain't going to watch them? So I told him, I said, you better decide what you want because I'm going to start cutting back on some of them because
yeah,
I'm not going to pay for them if you ain't going to watch them.
right.
I got a little tiny baby fly that's bugging the crap out of me. I don't know what it is, but every time I get on the computer, I got this little tiny fly, and I ain't been able to catch it. And even my cat down here, she could catch it, but she won't come downstairs. She catches them upstairs. She ain't got no claws, but she'll catch them in her paw.
Oh,
She cracks me up. She's got an air conditioner on upstairs, so she won't come downstairs no more because she lays on the bed in front of the air conditioner.
oh, she's a
Fat
smart
cat.
kitty. Yeah.
I said, no wonder she's so big. She gets down to eat, get back in the bed, and lays in front of the air conditioner, watches TV.
She's got the life.
Yeah. Patricia, do you have any questions for Echo?
I told Allison if she thought of any questions to put them in there, but I don't know if I really want. She'll give me.
See, now they got to be YouTube
Questions.
approved, Allison.
Not too tough. Yeah.
So they got to be YouTube approved now. She's got to be good. She's got to be a good girl.
How's your husband feeling?
So. He ain't got COVID.
Oh, well, that's good.
And he don't have the flu, but they put him on antibiotics. They're not really sure what's wrong with him.
Huh.
So I said,
Well, I don't know.
Doctors that don't know nothing.
I was going to say, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, because when you don't know what it is, it's hard to get better.
Yeah. He's not been able to work the last 2 nights, so
Oh,
he's
that
try
is.
to go back Saturday, hopefully. So he said
Yeah.
after he started the antibiotics this morning, so hopefully they'll clear him up some. What is your greatest accomplishments?
My daughter.
She knew you was going to put that. She knew you was going to put that.
My greatest accomplishment, living long enough to see my grandchild born. because there for a while I didn't know if I'd ever have a child, yet alone a grandchild. And then once I had the child, I didn't know if she'd ever have a child for me to be a grandma. That's probably about it. That and overcoming my divorce.
Okay, she said, what do you miss about your hometown?
What do I miss about my hometown? I don't miss anything about the town. I miss the time in my life when in the late 60s, early 50s, we could play outside. You know, we knew everybody who lived on our block, and our parents weren't making us stay inside. You know, we all got together and played outside in the fall. We'd collect the acorns and we'd have acorn wars. And then in the wintertime, we'd have snowball forts and snowball fights and things like that. I miss that time in my life, but it could have been anywhere. It just happened to be in Indiana.
Patricia wants to know, who is your favorite teacher or subject in school and why?
My favorite teacher was 4th grade, Mrs. Dye. And my favorite subject, math. I like math. I like numbers. I like figuring. Yeah. I mean, I like figuring things out. I want things to make sense. And when I went to the tech school for computerized accounting. And one of the first things they tell you in accounting is accounting does not make sense. Whoever set up the system of doing the double entry accounting had no rhyme or reason to how they set it up. So if you're trying to be a logical thinker, you're never going to be able to do it. You have to put aside your logic and just learn. If it goes here, it also goes here. If it's here, it has to balance with an account over here. And you just have to learn what does what as far as to your assets and to your money, because you can't logically think it out. Especially like depreciation.
Yeah.
Some things depreciate faster than other things do, and you would think it would be based on how expensive the item was. Like that you could write off so much of the price of that item over so many years. It's not the item. Sometimes it's what the item is used for, or the type of business you have that you use that item in. So it doesn't make any sense at all.
Okay. Addison said, what's the best memory of your dad?
Oh gosh, that's a good one. I have a lot of good memories of my dad. I don't have just one best one. He took my sister and I to the beach the day before my mom had my little brother. So she had a C-section, so she was already in the hospital. So he took us to the beach all day and we got sunburnt. And then he took us to the drive-in movies and let us eat all the candy we could eat and watch all the movies we could watch. And then the next day we had belly aches from the candy and we were cranky and tired and we were sunburnt, and we go to the hospital to see my mom and the baby. And my mom is furious with my dad. And my dad's like, I had to do something they'd remember. She's like, yeah, they're going to always remember that day.
Yeah. Won't they though?
But it was a good day. And then I also have memories of him taking us on family vacations, and there was a campground not far from where we lived, and we would go and camp during the week, and he would sleep there at night and then go to work and then come back. But we would stay at the campground, and they had all kinds of activities for kids to do, and there was a lake to go fishing in and a part that you could swim in, and all of that. But he could only be there on the weekends, but we would go like a week at a time. And he would come every night.
That's neat.
That was good.
Okay. What would you do if you won the lottery?
What would I do if I won the lottery? Well, depending on how much money it was. If it was enough money, I, of course, would set up myself for the rest of my life and all my family members for the rest of their lives. And then I would give a lot to charity.
What charity?
What charity?
Yeah.
I'd probably start my own charity. The Ethel Curtis Foundation. To help children. Help children I felt were in need. Yeah.
Scholarship would be good.
Well, yeah, I might just do a scholarship fund. That's true.
Yeah.
Hmm.
What's your favorite game?
I play a mean game of rummy. I'm very competitive when it comes to card games and things like that. So
That's all I got.
that's all the questions.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You got anything else you want to tell us about yourself?
If you could do anything,
Oh, Trish is asking a question. Hold on.
Oh, okay.
if you could do anything and be successful at
Oh, career wise?
it. Yeah.
Okay. If I
Or just like a stay at home mom, whatever.
Oh,
Whatever. Your dream.
if I could go back and do like a do-over, I would have gone to school to be a teacher. And then I would have been off nights, weekends, and holidays because I worked retail. Well, I worked healthcare and then I worked retail, and you don't get that kind of time off.
Yeah.
So I would have spent more time with my daughter. I spent as much time as I could with her, but she had to be very understanding that sometimes holidays didn't happen on the right day. Sometimes we had to celebrate holidays before or after the actual holiday, depending upon what I had to work. And
my final question. Well, not just your number one. I know your number one. What is your top two bucket list items?
my top 3.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna die tomorrow. I have a month.
I have a month to live. I'm definitely getting on a plane to Paris. I want to go to Paris. I want to have my picture taken in front of the Eiffel Tower. That has been something I've wanted to do for a long time. The second thing I would like to take some sort of trip with my daughter, something she would like to do, just so I could have that. I know, but so I could experience that with her.
That's good.
And then my last thing I would do if I only had a month to live is I'd try to find a home for my dog. Yeah. Yeah. I live a very simple life. I don't want a whole lot in my life.
You sound like me. I don't
And it's
really care.
the more, I mean, of course I live on disability. I would love to have more money, expendable money.
Money. Yeah.
But all I would do with it is buy things for other people. And I wouldn't change the way I live if I had more money. I would just help my daughter and my granddaughter and whomever else I could help. I would help them. But I don't really want for a whole lot. I have everything I need. I'm pretty content in my life. I'm pretty happy. I pretty much, other than didn't know I wanted to learn all about YouTube. Other than that, I was very content in my life. I like true crime. I like a good mystery. So that's why I was watching the YouTube stuff. But then when we got involved in it and everything, then I was like, well, I don't even know how and they make it look so easy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't have a clue what they do or how they do it. And now that we know, now that we've learned and had to learn things, it's not as easy as they make it look.
No. You got to learn a lot to do a live broadcast, even the videos. You got to learn a lot of stuff. Seriously. It's not just putting your camera out there and saying, okay, now put it on YouTube. It don't work that way.
Mm-mm.
You can't do it. It's like you learn a lot.
I don't know. I don't think we've had anything copyright issued or anything on Facebook. But on TikTok I have, and on YouTube I have. And so, I mean, it's like, you just because you think it's something that you can put on doesn't mean they're going to allow it. And you have to learn what all those things are. And then you can't do things like I tried to do, recording in the car with the radio playing, and then
Flying
find out that
in
you
the
got
background.
copyrighted background music. Yeah,
Yeah.
can't do that. That's a no-no.
That's what I tell the kids. You can't turn TV on while I'm doing this stuff because then it could be copyright and I get in trouble for it.
Yeah.
And so you have to keep it down low when I'm on here.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Well,
or
and
don't
then
have
too,
music playing in the background.
if somebody has something on when you're live, it can make the echo sound and mess up your broadcast anyway.
Yeah.
And then you can have technical difficulties like we had, and have me flying through the screen.
Yeah.
Funny.
Or like last week, I couldn't get on because for some reason it said my camera and microphone was turned off, and I turned it on. It's showing it's on. I don't know what happened.
Well, and
Because I got on the next day and it was fine.
the
It's
other
like-
night, Tuesday night here, they had a generator,
For what?
so we had electric. We just couldn't use the
What?
internet.
Make it fast. Because you're not allowed to be out this late. Hurry up. She left her super glue outside for her fingernails.
But yeah, so we couldn't use the internet. We had power, but I couldn't figure out. And then he kept saying, use my hotspot. And I'm like, I don't think that's going to be strong enough to go live from. And then I was trying to figure out, well, what if I somehow got the questions where you could, run the questions, and I just try to come on my phone. And then I got frustrated and I said, just forget it. It's not
Yeah.
worth doing it for, I mean, I hate to let people down. I hate not to do what we say we're going to do, but
Yeah.
it just wasn't worth it.
Hey, things happen.
That's right.
Like real life. That's why we're called
Hey,
real life.
real
happens.
life, and real life happens.
And it happens to us all the time.
That's right.
Believe me.
And that's part of the beauty of this channel is we're showing
Yeah.
people that you can still go through and do things, even though things mess up and you have a bad day or whatever. Learn to laugh at yourself at that bad day or whatever, and just keep on going.
Just keep going.
Don't
Yeah.
let it get you down. I've talked to a lot of people who have a lot of anxiety and who are depressed, and to me, happiness is a choice. A lot of that stuff you can just choose your way right on through, and you don't have to let it bother you. But then a lot of people are like, yeah, but you didn't have this happen, or you didn't have that happen. You don't know what I've had happen in my life.
Yeah, you don't
Right.
know what. Yeah,
But-
you don't know what other people go through. So you have to try to be nice, regardless you had a
That's
good
right.
day or not.
That's
You
right.
know.
And you never will find out what other people have gone through until you talk to
No.
people. A lot of people, they only show you the part of themselves that they want to show you. They don't show
I don't
you
know what to tell
everything.
you.
So
Well, honey, I don't know what to tell you. Where'd you have it at last?
I feel like it was outside.
Use your brain and think and go back where you was the last time you had it.
The two brain cells are happy that
You just put them back on when you came in, so it's in the house somewhere. Because you just put them back on.
I mean,
You weren't outside when you put them on.
Yeah, I was. I have my one right here.
I don't know what to tell you. 11 years old and she forgets more than I do. I'm supposed to forget, and she forgets more than I do. Child can't walk through the house, she forgets something.
I forget a lot.
True.
I'm like, you're 11 years old, Manly. You shouldn't forget that easy. But you don't want her to remember something. You don't want her to remember something, and she'll remember it. Okay, go in, please.
Yeah, Allison was that kind of kid. I tell her, yeah, well, we'll do it tomorrow, or, we'll do it next week. And then that time would come and she would remind me like, well, you said we were going to do it. Like, oh,
Yeah.
okay. Can't tell you
It
I'm
better
going to,
not have been open.
I'm not going to do it.
I guess it fell out in the pocket.
It was in the house the whole time.
Found
Okay,
it.
now go sit down. or in the super glue.
Let's see. What have you heard about Doug? Do you have a Doug update?
I've not heard anything about him. I've been trying to find out more, but I haven't found out nothing. I know he's, way I understand it, he's still in the hospital in critical condition. So I'm hoping he's all right.
Yeah,
I
I
like
hope so
Doug.
too.
He used to tickle me to death watching him. He's a
Yeah.
good YouTuber. He's funny. He keeps you entertained. And I got watching him when he started doing the Gabby Petito because he's right there in Florida.
Yeah.
And but he was incognito, as he called it then. He'd take us everywhere in the world. Then he'd say, I'm incognito. And then he finally let him see him at Christmas. But I said, that's bad when you got another YouTuber hunts you down and beats you up. I don't understand that one. I still don't understand really what it was over.
Yeah. I don't know, other than the fact that he obviously disagreed with them on some point
Yeah.
or something. There's so many of them though that accuse the other people of stealing their idea or trying to use their videos and that kind of thing.
I know they'd arrested the guy and then let him out, but I think he's back in jail because they pressed more charges. He was at Doug's house. Doug was sitting in his truck getting ready to go in his house when it happened, and he left him for dead.
Yeah,
It's like, why would you do that? He could have died there if somebody hadn't found him and called 911 because he didn't have my understanding, he didn't. Now, my understanding, I can't say this is true, but he didn't have a pulse when the ambulance got there. Somebody was giving him CPR when they got there.
That's
And I'm
bad.
like, that's just crazy.
Yeah.
If you remember, did you see a video of when the laundries, when the father was out and some man came up and gave him a hug?
No.
And you didn't see that? Well, that's the guy that beat Doug up.
Oh.
That gave the father a hug, and then the father seen him videoing him, so he ran in the house because he thought that the guy was sincere, I guess.
Oh.
And then when he seen him, the wife filming him, I guess it's the wife. I guess he ran in the house, and I was like, because I watched the video earlier about that, and I didn't realize it's the same guy.
Yeah. I wonder if it has anything to do about the lawsuit between the Petitos and the Laundries now. I don't know, but
I don't know really what it was over. All I
yeah.
know was that it was at Doug's house.
Yeah. Well, now, what about your friend Mandy? You said she might have
not doing
pneumonia.
good.
She's not
Yeah,
doing good.
she has to stay in for 7 days. She's supposed to stay in the bed. They got her on a lot of antibiotics trying to, but I messaged her earlier and asked her how she's doing, but she never did answer me. I'm not seeing nobody out today to ask her how she's doing.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They went to the lake 4th of July, and she went swimming and stuff, which she probably shouldn't have, because she wasn't feeling the best when she went. And then her daughter come over here, was telling us that she didn't feel good. They might have to go to the emergency room. And then next thing we know, ambulance was coming, and they took her off. She couldn't breathe.
Wow.
So, and then we kept her daughter while the dad went up there, and they come back and said she had pneumonia. So put her on a lot of antibiotics. It's like,
yeah,
because her lungs ain't good anyway.
Yeah.
She's already had one lung transplant. And
Wow.
I was talking about taking one of her lungs out. Said she could live with one lung. But then they changed their mind and didn't take it out. So I said, for a couple days before that, she's over, just had her music on, dancing on the porch and stuff. And then she just got real sick all at once.
Yeah.
And it's like, well,
Well, I hope she gets better soon.
yeah,
She's
me
a
too. I worry
nice
about her.
lady.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's a good-hearted person. I said, I worry about her. I tell her all the time. I text her and tell her I'm checking on her because I don't want to go around her because I don't know what Dennis has got. I don't want to cause her any more
Yeah.
heartache than she's going through right now anyway, love her heart.
Right.
She stays sick enough. Hopefully she'll get better. Next
So I
few
see
days
you
or
got
so.
your pull up.
Yeah, we put a little one up, not the
Oh,
big
that's a
one.
different one. Okay.
Yeah, it's the
Okay.
smaller one they had. It's probably like 30 inches.
Still makes them wet
Instead of the
though.
great big. Yeah, keeps them entertained,
Mm-hmm.
even though they drive me nuts. And because I had to sit out there and watch them, and it's like,
Yeah.
and then I'm like, it's 100 and something outside, and you want me to sit out here and watch you play in a pool for hours? It's like,
I'd have to get
can't
wet
handle
too. The only
Yeah.
way I could stay outside like that is if I got
well,
wet.
I wouldn't get in the pool with them. They'd have me. I couldn't get out of it. They beat me to death. It's like I'd like to get in it and just sit, but not with them two. Maybe by
Yeah.
myself. Oh, Natalie, that's boring. Well, no, it ain't boring when your body hurts like mine does, honey. It just
Yeah.
relaxes my body. Be like a spa. You all could make the water go whirlpool, and I think I was in a whirlpool.
Oh, excuse me. Well, they have a hot tub here, but for the summer, they turned off the heat part. So it's just like a little personal swimming pool.
Oh, I'd like
And
that.
then they got the baby a little plastic swimming pool.
Well,
So we went out there one day and had the baby in the little pool, and then I was in the hot tub, and then Allison and the baby got in the hot tub with me. And I told Allison, I said, I'm wearing a shirt because I burned my shoulders before to where I couldn't even sleep. And I had a ball cap on trying to shield the sun off my face, right? I told Allison, put on a ball cap, put on a shirt. Well, she didn't do either one. She burnt the whole section of her arms on the back.
oh gosh.
They're fine now, but she was complaining about him. And then had sun on her face. Well, I ended up giving the ball cap to her while we were in the water, and then I got some sun on my cheeks because I didn't have my hat on. And then we went to a pool party, and but it was like later in the afternoon, early evening, and so the sun didn't bother us that day.
Yeah.
But a friend of my ex has got this beautiful house, beautiful pool, and it's got like it's a in the ground pool. You step down into it, but then it has like a built-in seat all the way around the edge in the shallow end. So like you could be in the water but sitting on that like ledge,
Oh, that's neat.
so that you're not like sitting on the steps, when people are trying to come in and out. But if you have
Coming
small
out.
kids, you can be right there in the shallow part and be able to sit down. So,
Oh, well, that's neat.
yeah, I've never seen a pool quite like that. And it was an unusual shape. It wasn't just like your rectangle or even like
Rectangular.
a kidney or even like a figure 8 kind of. It was
Yeah.
just a weird shaped pool, but it was really nice.
Well,
And we had a really nice time swimming in that.
yeah, Natalie and Eli says, let's put an in-ground pool. And I said, not where we live, I wouldn't. No. I said,
Well, he lives out in the middle of nowhere.
yeah, we live in the city. I ain't putting no in-ground pool here.
No, he has. I mean, the street, the road is named after the guy.
Well,
Yeah, and they have a chicken farm and they have cows, and you have to go way up in there. I mean, nobody's going up to his house unless they know him. or he's invited. Yeah, unless he's invited you to come by or something, because and the road splits off two ways, and you don't know which way is to the house and which way is to the chickens. So you have to be on the right one.
We're on.
Yeah. But that was really nice. That was unexpected. He had a party Memorial Day when we were down here. But we had, I forget what we did, but we had something else already planned to go. Oh, yeah, graduation. It was the graduation that I came to.
Okay.
So, yeah, so we went to the graduation and didn't get to go to the pool party. So this time we went to his house for the pool party. So that was real nice.
What dear?
And I don't know if I talked to you about the fireworks or not.
You wanna?
Did I tell you about the fireworks?
Huh?
Taking the baby to the fireworks for the first time?
Oh no.
Well, we didn't know how she was going to react, if she was going to, be fussy because of the noise or cry or anything like that. Plus, it was like at 9:30 at night, and she usually goes to bed at 7:30. So we knew she was going to be overly tired. But we get there. Yeah. And she saw the first couple little flashes of the lights and heard a couple booms. And she put her head on her mama's chest and went right to sleep.
Well,
And slept through the whole rest of the fireworks. Slept through Allison carrying her to the car, putting her in the car seat, driving home, getting her out of the car seat, coming in the house, and then she woke up. But we had wore her out. We had
waited till you got home and woke up.
Yeah. But she went right back to sleep. She put her pajamas on her and gave her, I don't even know if you gave her a bottle. Just put her pajamas on her and put her in the bed, and she was out. But we were going to just leave her in her outfit because we didn't want to wake her up. If she would have got her in there, still asleep. But anyway, so it was so funny because all day long we kept saying, well, gee, I wonder how she's going to do. I wonder what she's going to do. She's going to be upset, or if she's going to cry, She slept right on through it. So that was her big first 4th of July was her sleeping.
They're still letting them off around here.
Are they?
You get a fireworks every night. We sit here at the house for 2 nights and watch them instead of going downtown, because they was just good around here, people, because they's letting them all around us off.
Oh.
And I mean the big ones too. They weren't little fireworks. They were big fireworks. They even had drones trying to find them.
Wow.
The cops drone. Because we said there, Eli kept saying, "There's aliens. They're aliens." We kept seeing these little lights going around, and then they dead stop. And I'm like, "What is them?" We couldn't figure out what in the world. And he says, "Mama, they're aliens. They dead stop." And I said, "No, can't." I said, "Eli," he said, "Serious, Mama, an airplane can't do that." And I said, "I know an airplane can't do that." And you'd see them fly around, and all of a sudden they just dead stop and hover there. He goes, "I'm telling you, they're aliens, and they're aliens." So one of the guys we know is walking down the sidewalk, and he said, "Eli, them's drones." He's like, "Well, you just blew my dream out of the way." He said, "Now I can't tell people I seen a UFO."
Aliens, yeah.
Like I said, we was trying to figure out what they was, but he said they're police drones. They're watching people. And I'm like,
Wow.
well, and Eli said, then after that, Eli scared. He said, "I'm going in the house because I ain't getting in trouble." And I said, "Eli, we're not letting the fireworks off. We're not going to get in trouble. It's just for the people that's letting them off, not us." He goes, "We'll get in trouble for being out here watching them." I said, "No, we won't. We're in our own yard, not minding, bothering nobody." He kept saying, "I'm going in the house. I ain't getting in trouble. Policemen come after us." And I'm like, "No, they won't." About never convinced him. I was like, "I guess." I said, "They're looking for the people that's got all the big fireworks." I said, "Because it's illegal here in Ohio. You're not allowed to have fireworks. You're allowed to have like little poppets and sparklers and stuff like that, but you ain't allowed to have nothing else they ain't supposed to anyway." All right.
Well, it's the 4th inning, 0-0. Come on, Braves. Y'all got to score.
I have been watching the Reds. Just haven't watched it much this year.
Well, I was watching it the other day, and the same guy hit 2 home runs in the same game. Like
Well,
one his first time up to bat, and then later on during the game he hit another home run. And they were talking about how the announcers were talking about how, he hadn't had a home run yet. And then he showed them, got 2 in the same
2
game.
of them. Well, little fly. I'll tell you what. I get my fly swatter out, and then he'll leave. I can't find him. He's a little bitty thing. I don't even know where my fly swatter is. I'm serious. I'm going to catch him. People's going to think I'm crazy going, it's a little bit fly, I swear.
They're going to be like, what was she swatting at?
Did I get you? No, I didn't get him. Where'd you go? I think I knocked him down though. He's a baby fly. Okay. I must have knocked him down because I don't see him now.
Okay, good.
He's driving me nuts right here in front of my eyes. Like, makes your eyes feel like they're going crazy.
Yeah. Well, that's me. I have those floaters in my eyes.
Yeah.
And it looks like a string kind of, or like, something floating in some jello or something. And it's like all of a sudden you'll see it go across your eye and you think, well, there's something there, but there's not. It's on the inside of your eye. And then sometimes, yeah, but sometimes I'll be like reading something and I'll keep seeing a mark or something. And I'll think, well, what is this on this paper? But it's nothing. It's just in my eye. It's just kind of strange. I have to go.
Yes, thank goodness.
Not this next week, but the week after that, I'm going to get my eyes examined and I'm going to get a mammogram. So that'll be fun.
Oh, that sounds exciting.
Yes.
I need to go to the eye doctor. I need to go to the dentist. And I keep then I said, well, I'll do it this summer while the kids are out, and I still ain't made appointments to go.
Well, see, when I had went to my doctor's appointment before school got out, the doctor was on me about doing it. And I said, well, can I please wait until June when my daughter's out of school and she can keep the baby and then I can go, and I won't have to take the baby with me.
Yeah.
Sure. And then I had my appointment in June and she's like, I didn't see any results yet. And I'm like, yeah, no, I haven't done it yet, but I'm going to get on that. So then I was like, I better go ahead and get it scheduled and get it done when I get home.
I need to because the kids go back to school next month.
Yeah.
I said here, ain't long till they got about a month.
Do they go back to school in the beginning of August?
They go back to the 17th.
Oh, the 17th. See, now you go back when, Allison?
Like a whole month. I go back to the first week of August.
Yeah.
Well, technically, the beginning of the second.
The beginning of the second week of August. The first full week of August is when she goes back. Or second full week. Yeah, she has to go, though. She has to go the beginning of August for her pre-planning. And the kids start on August the 8th.
Oh, wow, they're starting early then.
Yeah.
I thought August the 17th was early for us.
Yeah.
It gets earlier and earlier every year.
I can remember when I was a kid, we didn't go back till September.
Yeah.
The first of September. After Labor Day.
Yeah. We didn't either. Now the kids around here, well, mine goes to private schools, why they start the 17th. But the kids around here start a week before mine does, because they got out a week and something before ours did. So they'll start a week and something before mine do. So mine will be out a week and something before they go back when all the other kids is already in school. So we used to get out like the first week of June and go back the first week of September. And then now the kids, they get out like the third week of May and then they go back the second week of August. So they keep it gets smaller and smaller. Well, and like Thanksgiving, they used to get like a couple of days out. Now they're getting out a week for Thanksgiving.
We always get out a week.
Where it used to be like for a couple of days. But now they get out a week. This past year, they got out a week. It was always like 2 days before, and that was it.
Right.
Or a day before, and then they'd have the whole weekend off. But now they get out a whole week. I'm like, we didn't do this in school. And if they got one little bit of snow anywhere, it's like, no school.
Yeah.
And it's like, what? They ain't in nothing on the ground here, you know. Why ain't they no school?
Yeah.
We go to school knee deep.
Yeah. We
I
went one
did.
time, it flooded so bad they had to bring us home in rowboat because
I
they couldn't
remember-
drive the bus, they couldn't drive cars, nothing.
Yeah, I remember one year the buses wouldn't run. It snowed so bad, but the parents had to bring us in.
Mm.
And because the buses couldn't run. But they expected the parents to get a car through what a bus couldn't run in. And it's like, that didn't make sense. I know.
We normally didn't have the snowplow come. They would do like the
Yeah.
two main highways, but the actual streets it didn't do.
Now,
And
our
so-
streets don't get, we're the last ones to get shoveled. Even though
Yeah.
we're in the city,
Yeah.
the side streets, the main streets that you travel on, but our streets, the neighborhood streets, they don't get shoveled. If you're lucky, they might get one run down it, be about a week later.
Yep.
And it's already started melting.
Well, and it seemed like whenever they would plow our road, all the people's cars that were parked on the street were buried. So then it was like, oh,
Yeah.
well, the road is plowed, but now I got done burying my car.
Car, yeah, you'd have to
You
take
know,
your car
so-
out. Yeah.
Still
That's right.
couldn't really do it. But
That's
in
the only
India,
thing I don't like about parking on the street here is because when they shovel it up right against your car. And it's
Mhm.
like, don't do that. Then I
Well,
can't get out.
in Indiana, we had so many blizzards and so many times when we were snowed
Yeah.
in and couldn't get out, couldn't go anywhere. You know, my mom used to put up, we had a garden. She'd put stuff in the freezer. She'd put canned stuff and she'd buy half a cow at a time and have it in the freezer. And, you know, we never knew when we'd get
Yeah.
stuck, you know.
That's
And-
what mom did. She always gardened and put
Yeah,
stuff
the only
in
thing we
away
wouldn't
because
have-
you didn't
wouldn't
know when
have
you was
milk.
going to get out. Yeah.
Yeah. We wouldn't have fresh milk, eggs, or bread a lot during those
Yeah.
times, but we'd have everything else, you know. And she'd
Yeah.
get the powdered milk, which it wasn't too bad, but it's like,
If you
oh,
mix it with regular milk, what I used to do is
Yeah.
when my kids was little and it get bad because we lived in Kentucky when my kids were little.
mhm.
And it'd be you couldn't get out, so I'd have powdered milk, and if I had milk, I mix it half and half. That way they drink it. I tried
Yeah.
it with Natalie and them one time. They didn't drink it.
If they didn't know what it was, they might have drank it. But if they
Yeah,
know,
if they hadn't seen me making it, I believe
Yeah.
they would have drunk it. But where they see me, I ain't drinking that stuff, and I'm like, well, you just won't have no milk till you do drink it. And I didn't buy none either
yeah,
until it clabbered and had to throw it away.
mm-hmm. Yeah,
They wouldn't drink it. They drank a little bit of it, like in cereal. Said it wasn't bad in cereal, but they weren't going to sit and drink it like they do regular milk now. They drink
Yeah.
it like water. I bought less than a week ago. I bought 4 gallons of milk, and I just had to go buy 2 more. And I'm like, y'all got to quit drinking milk like that. It's expensive. Milk ain't cheap
Yeah.
no more. Nothing ain't cheap no more. I spent $400 at the grocery store. And you can't even tell I went to the grocery store, and it's not even been quite a week yet. And it's like, I can't afford $400 every time I go to the grocery store. I can't do
no, 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 no. And
But
it's
we
the
were
same. You're
running
buying
out
the
of
same
everything.
stuff. You're buying
Yeah.
the same stuff. It's not like
I
you're
said-
getting anything
it.
expensive
2 weeks
or
before
different.
that, I went and I spent $200 buying the same crap, and I went 2 weeks later and had to pay $400 to get the same crap.
Mhm.
And I'm like, that is crazy
Yep,
for 4 of us. There's 4 people here,
yep.
and we still can't keep groceries.
And it's like, you know, being diabetic and everything, I'm supposed to eat a certain way. But of course, the things I'm supposed to eat are what's expensive. And it's
Yeah.
like, you know, I can get plenty of cheap stuff, but even the
Yeah.
cheap stuff is getting expensive now.
Expensive, yeah.
And it's like, well, I mean, I can eat soup and beans and sandwiches and, stuff like that doesn't bother me, but it doesn't do my health any good. But when it's just as expensive as anything else, shoot.
Yeah. What do you want, Bob? You need to go out? Natalie, can you let Buster out, please? Don't let the cats out, though. Straighten that rug up. Y'all messed the rug up again. How do you mess that big old rug up?
It's like a vibrating kind of like.
Huh?
I feel like it's
Buster, did you mess the rug up?
but then she got her.
Natalie's seen it, but her and you and her is the only one in there.
Walking past her.
Poor little Buster getting blamed.
Oh.
Go outside, pee-pee. Go. Am I going? Go. Natalie, tell him you got the door open. You need to go out? Go. Go out. You need to go out? Walk him on the front porch. He ain't gonna go out. Forget it. He just want my attention, I guess. Huh? I had to go buy him some flea stuff. He's digging this. I got some hot spot I gotta put on him. Stuff for hot spots because he's got like a couple places on his tail where he's been chewing on it so bad.
Mm-hmm.
Fun part is trying to get it on him. He don't like it. He tries to eat you up. And it's like, I don't want it.
No.
He don't like. Y'all see me getting flea stuff on him. He see me get that out and he's like, zoom. Like, I know what that is and you ain't getting me.
It's funny
So-
how they figure that kind of stuff out so
Yeah.
fast. Mm-hmm.
So Dennis had a donut. He loves donuts. So Dennis said, I'll feed him donut while you put it on him. Well, we tried that and he took off anyway. So I had chased him around the table and I was like, come on, let me finish putting it on you. And so we got him like cornered and I'm like, hopefully he don't turn around and bite one of us because he gets aggressive if he don't
Yeah.
if he thinks he's been pinned. And but he let me finish putting it on him. Dennis said, you're the only one that can put it on him. He won't let nobody do nothing to him but me.
Yeah.
He said, because I ain't getting bit. He said, he'll bite me. And I said, yeah, I know. So I have to do everything to him. And I got to take a chance getting bit. Dennis don't think he'd bite me, but I think he would.
Well, maybe not like aggressively trying to hurt you,
Yeah.
bite you, but it can
Yeah.
still happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of people say, oh, if my dog bit me, I'd kill it. Well, you got to think about the
No.
circumstances.
Yeah.
You know.
You pin a dog and it thinks that you're going to hurt it. Yeah, it's going to turn on you.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
its nature. That's
It's
its
nature
nature
to
to
it.
turn. Yeah. And but if I talk to him while I'm doing it, he usually, he'll stand still and let me
Yeah.
do it.
Like I can't clip Chloe's toenails. She
Oh,
will
we
not
couldn't.
let me.
Trixie wouldn't let us, and the vet would have to put a little muzzle on her because she tried to eat them up. She
Yeah.
did-
I don't
She
know
did
what
not
my
like
vet
her nails
does,
cut.
but I take her there and they do them. I don't know if they
Yeah.
grind them down or what they do, but I'm sure they muzzle her because even if I can pick up her foot, but if I am holding her foot in one hand and I move my other hand like to grab the nail clipper, oh, she goes berserk.
Yeah.
It's like she
Oh,
knows
that's the way
what's
Trixie
coming.
was.
Yeah.
And Trixie, but our vet would put a little. She was so tiny, the muzzling wasn't about that big.
Yeah.
It's
I'm
like,
sure.
I didn't know they made them that little.
Chloe's is probably real tiny too, but then again, they probably have two people holding her,
Yeah.
and like even if I
They
got my
still
own
have to
muzzle,
put- Yeah.
yeah, I mean, even if I put my own muzzle on her, she'd be clawing the heck out of my one arm that I was trying to
Yeah.
hold her while I was trying to get the other.
That's
You know.
what our vet does. There's two of them that one
Yeah,
hold her while the other cut them. So
yeah.
and
So I can't.
Buster wears his down. We don't have to worry about him cutting his. He wears his back and his front down. We've never had to cut his because his ain't but about that long.
Yeah, it's
And
really
him-
never her back nails. It's usually just her front nails that'll get
He
kind of
keeps
long.
He gets out here and runs with.
And it's
out
almost-
next door.
It's almost like when instead of like how our nails will just keep on growing, it's almost like
Yeah.
a new nail starts growing under theirs to where then that it'll grow up under that nail, and that old nail will just fall off.
Wow.
Because sometimes I'll find like the whole nail on the floor, and I'll like try to look at her paw to try to figure out, which one is it. And there's already a new nail there, so I can't, say for
Wow.
definite. So I don't know if it's kind of like that top nail
Probably
knows
like
to
the
go ahead and
cats.
come out.
Because our cats,
Yeah.
we find their nails all over
Yeah.
the place sometimes. A
Yeah.
certain time of the year we find them. I don't know what it is. They must shed them at the certain
And
time.
that's almost what it's like. Like they just shed, it just gets so long and then it comes off. Because I've had times where I've kept putting it off, taking her to the vet, and I'll say, well, my gosh, Chloe, I got to take you. That one is really long. And then the next day I'll find it on the floor. I'm like, what'd she do? Bite it off? But it's not, you can tell it's
Now
not
we had
dead.
one that used to. We could tell when our Yorkies was getting too long. He'd chew on them. If they got too long, he would chew on them. Then we'd have to, and they wouldn't be very long. His didn't get very long. They started aggravating him. We'd have to take him and get his. Now Buster, even though his was short, he still broke one of his nails off out here running, and I seen it and it was bleeding, but he wouldn't let me get to it.
Yeah.
But where he got out here and ran, it stopped the bleeding. So I'm like, how in the world did you break a short nail off? It wasn't. His nails ain't long at all. But I wouldn't try to cut him. Ain't
Yeah,
no
he
way
might
I'm
have
trying
like
to cut 'em.
stubbed it on something
Yeah,
or something,
that's-
Mako.
because we got tree roots. We got
Yeah.
a big tree beside our house, and the roots are getting everywhere. And yeah, we checked about getting solar panels. They told us we'd have to cut it down, and we told them, said, do you realize how much it costs to cut that tree down? We could buy our solar panels for what we'd have to pay to cut that tree down
Exactly.
because it's a big
And-
maple.
And what it would take, how long it would take for it to grow back,
Yeah, I said
You
that
know?
tree's over 100 years old.
and how much shade does it give you? Pretty much
It gives
shade.
us quite, most.
Yeah.
That's where we get mostly
So-
our shade from.
You
Yeah.
would notice a big difference if you cut
Yeah.
it down. Mm-hmm.
And I said I couldn't imagine cutting that tree down. That sucker's, God, I don't know how big around. It would cost us a fortune. We got one back here that would cost us probably as much as our house costs.
Wow.
Get it cut down. It's a cottonwood, and they burn up chainsaws cutting them down because it holds so much water that it'll burn your chainsaws.
Huh. I
That's
didn't
what
know
some
that.
guy told us. Yeah, some guy told us. He said, cause it's bigger than the maple,
Wow.
and but half the branches, every time it comes to a storm, a branch falls down off of it.
Mm.
I said, it keeps going. We're just gonna have a big long post to the sky sticking in. That's what it's gonna look like, just
And all
a big pole
all the
sticking there.
branches have fell off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I said, that's what it looks like, a big pole just sticking there.
Yeah.
Like, okay. I said, I'd hate one of them to fall though, because our houses are so close here. There's one house that we got a house. Ours has got a little bit more room because we got like a lot and a half, where everybody else has only got a lot.
Yeah.
And so we got a little bit more room in between our houses. But the other houses, they're on top of each other. It's like,
Yeah.
And then the guy that lives next door to us, they tore down the house next to him. So he's got a lot between him and the next house. But the lot, it's got a lot of trees in it. And where we've been having these storms, big old branches. I mean, half the trees falling out of them. And he said, I'm
Wow.
scared death what's going to come over on the house. And I said, because some of them's leaning towards this house. And
Yeah.
hopefully they go the opposite way if they come down. But
Yeah. You don't know what can happen, and if enough wind gets behind it, it could do some damage.
so see, our lot is lined with trees on both sides. In the back,
Mhm.
they're about maybe 6 feet between each tree. But then in the back next to the alley, we got like 3 trees real close together there. And then on the other side, we don't have no other tree. But in the yard, we got like 2 big ones. But that's right close to the house. So.
You know, back in when my parents bought the house I was raised in, was in the 60s, and they planted trees. You know, and now you see these new subdivisions popping up, and there's not nothing.
No.
It's like if they don't pay to have it landscaped themselves, they'll have nothing
Yeah.
but dirt.
Yeah. They don't have trees in them.
Yeah.
And I said,
Yeah.
trees what helps you breathe better.
Yeah.
I said,
Well,
I
tree-
like our trees. They're big, but I
they're
like our
very
trees.
important.
Yeah. We had another house we sold to my nephew, and we had some beautiful trees over there. He cut every one of them out. I'm like, why'd you do that? He's I don't like trees. And then he sold it, and the house he's got now has got trees to the floor on it. He goes, costs too much to cut them down.
I was gonna
I
say
said, well-
that's it. Costs a lot
He
to
goes,
buy
and I
a
hate
palm
'em.
tree, but yeah.
He goes, I hate these trees. I
Yeah,
said, well, you shouldn't have bought a house with a bunch of trees.
that's very true. That's very
I said,
true.
because it costs us a fortune to cut a tree down now. Unless you know somebody, you're going to pay big money to cut a tree down.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Sure will. Well, it doesn't. We've had one person other than the people we know popping in and out. But they haven't said anything. But I'm sure there's other people watching and gonna be watching. We've been getting a lot of views after the fact.
Yeah.
But people, please talk to
Just say
us.
hi to us. We're not
Just-
going to bite you. We promise.
Yeah,
We'll be
just
good.
come in chat and say hi. How you doing? That's all.
We like to talk to people.
We do.
Let us know a little bit about you.
Yeah. So anyway, but they're cooking dinner and they want me to come and help finish it up. So I'm gonna have to get off of here in a few minutes.
All right, hon. Well, it's been good live.
And I'll be back home by Tuesday and we'll do the well now we got 2 more people that came in. Okay, people, chat. Come into chat. Say hello. So we know you're there. Nope.
Yeah.
I scared one off. They left. But anyhow, I'll be home by Tuesday and hopefully we'll have the trivia. And yeah, we'll do
So
good.
everybody be ready for trivia Tuesday night. And
That's
you
right.
have
We're
to
gonna
be subscribed.
officially start the
Start.
trivia. You have to be subscribed. We're gonna do 2 15-question rounds each Tuesday night. And then we're gonna have the winners from those rounds go into a playoff tournament. And the winner, top 5 people from that will go into the winners tournament. And whoever wins that will get a special prize. We don't know what that's going to be yet, but it'll
Not
be.
sure what it is yet, but it will
Right.
be a special prize.
But this
As
is
soon as I
gonna
get
take
it
place-
made.
It's going to take place over several weeks because we're going to do, like I said, 2 rounds every Tuesday night. So it's going to take us a little while to get enough people, enough winners to be able to do it. But we want everybody to come back week after week and play and fight for their spot in those
It's
tournaments.
fun. It's fun.
It is fun.
It really is.
And we
you'll enjoy
laugh.
yourself.
We
Yeah.
laughed at the questions. We laughed at the answers. We laughed at the fact that we don't know the answer.
Answers, yeah.
Or
have to
we
be
laughed
smart.
at the fact of the ones that we actually do know.
Yeah.
You know? And I was thinking that we only needed 2 answers, but then that gives them a 50-50 chance. They could just guess. So
Yeah.
I'm doing 3 or 4. So that way, you know, they may not be able to tell. It's not going to be 50-50. That's not really fair. I need to make it to be where there's more choices.
Voices, yeah.
It's just a lot of the questions it's hard, and I'm like having to research and figure out, like, you know, so I can put something in there instead of just putting a stupid thing that they know right off the bat. Well, that's not it, you know.
Well,
So-
I'll try to help you.
oh yeah,
You want me to?
yeah, and we'll keep working. We're going to figure out what these people want to find out, what they want us to cover.
Yeah.
And I
It's
did
gonna
hear
be fun. You can't miss out on the fun now. You gotta be
no,
there.
we're gonna have fun. You're gonna always
Yeah.
go away from here feeling better, and life won't look quite so dark, and you'll have a good laugh, and you'll have a couple
If
friends
nothing
here.
else, you'll laugh at us.
Yeah,
Believe
you'll
us.
laugh at us. That's okay. You can
Yeah,
laugh at
we're
us.
fine with it. We
You can
don't
laugh at
care.
yourself. We don't care. We know we're
We do
funny.
silly things.
We
can
try to
help
be
it.
we try to be serious, but we're just not.
No.
We're just not serious people. Okay, we're
It's
not.
Real life. Believe me, real
It's
life.
real life, and we have real families and real
Families.
friends, and
Yeah.
it can
And
get
things
pretty
that
quiet.
happen behind the scenes here.
That's right.
and-
and they be talking while we talking, and it's like, what? Oh, they said
Yeah.
to say this, or they said to say. It's like, put it in the chat. Put it in the chat.
So don't miss the fun.
Don't
Tuesday
miss
night.
the fun. That's right. Tuesday
So
night,
it's Tuesday
8 o'clock, trivia, and then next
Be
Thursday
ready.
night, whatever we decide for Miss Norma to have on her live chat. We'll see.
Y'all got any ideas? Put them down in the comments. Let us know what you want to
That's
talk
right.
about.
We can talk
You
about
can help
anything.
us out. Yeah. As long as it's YouTube approved.
Yes, has to be YouTube appropriate. But other than that, hey, we're game. We'll talk about anything.
Yep.
We don't care.
Right.
All
Hope
right,
everybody
well,
enjoys their night.
I'm gonna go ahead
Have a
and
good
get off.
night,
Here.
Echo.
Thank you. You
All right,
too.
guys.
That was fun.
Yeah, it was. Y'all
All
have
right.
a good night. Good night,
All right.
everybody.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.